Today on GardenFork, learn how to replace the water pump on your washing machine. So here we are. This is a front-loading washer. I think it would be considered a compact washer. It's under the cabinet, which is really nice in the kitchen. But when it goes through the rinse cycle, basically I can tell when it's trying to drain water, and it goes grrr, 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 and it makes this grinding noise. So to me that means I'm thinking that the water pump is broken. So what I did was I ordered a water pump online. You just basically somewhere, usually inside here, well you can't see it, but there's a label in here that lists the serial number and model number, and you type that in and go water pump, and one of the major parts companies will show up. I think a lot of the manufacturers now outsource the parts ordering, for your repair parts and stuff. But anyway, we have a pump. So before we work on this, a couple of things. Unplug this, the electrical cord, and disconnect the hot and cold water supply. There are probably valves on the other side of this on the wall somewhere. You turn off those valves and then you disconnect these. Pull this out of the outlet, it's called. Pretty simple. Washing machines I think are pretty simple. There's a drum, which is powered by a motor, and then there's a pump, which is usually down below somewhere, and then there's some electronics up here which control the speed of the motor and whether the pump turns on or not, and opening the valves to let in water. It's pretty simple. So I think you can do this, all right? Remember, unplug and you're disconnected. And now we got to pull this puppy out. Also remember to disconnect your drain hose. This is usually coming out of the back of the washing machine and going into a drain somewhere. So disconnect this so you can move it. Take this and lean it against, you've got a box or a crate or something behind there. And this is a decorative plate right here, and this pops off. This one comes off really easily because I broke it off. There you go. Usually if you put a screwdriver in here, these pop out. There's usually some kind of plasticky, cardboardy cover on the bottom, and it just comes out with some Phillips screws. I have like a little ramekin or have a metal bowl or something, and even better with a magnet in it, and don't lose the screws because that means you gotta go to the hardware store, and we're going to avoid that on this one, I hope. Okay, you have the bottom taken off. This down here is the motor. That's the drum. And this right here is the water pump. And that's what we want to take out. And there are some screws here to take that off. So you can take your channel locks. I sometimes can do it just by hand, but you just pinch these and that slides down. You see that? Just let it go. It stays right there. You're not going to lose it. That comes out. And if you see here, this is the reason we unplug the washing machine, because there's an electrical connection to the motor. You pinch this. It sometimes can be a little tricky. It's got a little lock on it, and that comes out. Here's the old pump. It kind of reminds me of like an artificial heart. It just looks kind of, I don't know. It looks like that kind of thing. Go online and buy a new one. Open up the box, pull it out, and they look the same. Luckily, I know which one is a broken one. Sometimes you can look in here and there might be debris or coins or something, because that'll tell you why it broke. Okay, we have our new one, and basically it's the reverse of taking the old one out. I think the biggest mistake people make is they put this in, they connect the hoses, they bolt it in, and they forget to connect the electrical connector. This cable here goes into here after you got the whole thing screwed in. I forgot to mention that washing machines come with instructions, when they're new that is. And this one also came with a thing called technical information. So when I got this washer, I kept it. I kept this thing here. I just stuck it in a drawer, and I remembered where it was, luckily. So I pulled this back out, and this is handy because it has some information in it that might be handy. A lot of warnings. By the way, it doesn't hurt if you took some cell phone pictures of how this came out, so it would help you to put it back in again. I happen to remember how this went. Okay, our pump is in. Time to connect the hoses. You notice I just left this clamp on the hose. That way I didn't lose it. And just shove that up on there. And I can do this with my fingers. You might need pliers. And you work that back up to its original position. Right there. Then we're going to take this is from the washer tub. The last thing we have to put on is the electrical connection to run the pump. This is kind of hard to see with the camera, but there's only one way this will go on. You don't want to force it. It'll just slide in and click. It won't be too loud of a click, but it'll be in there. Okay, watch that little boat. Yes, Charlotte, yes. We love you, okay? Could you get out of the way? Come on. It's quite a noise.
Good girl.
Okay, while our washing machine is going through the spin cycle, let's take this old pump apart. Wow. Look at that. This is what spins inside the pump. You know, it pushes the water, and there's a whole fin missing from here. So, that's what was wrong. Alright, there you go everyone. That's how you fix the washer pump on your washing machine. YouTube viewers, would you leave a comment or subscribe to our channel? Whoa! That's Dixie. The dogs want the ball. So more on our site, GardenFork.tv. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. You can email me. And also check out GardenFork Radio, our internet radio show as well. Alright? Make it a great day. I'll see you.